things that they want at their home. That's why I say how
But
you address somebody is just a recognition of how you know where your home is and where you find yourself.
I was gonna say, so everybody just does drugs and does whatever they want because they want to feel good, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so that's
Well,
the
it depends.
dopamine. Well, yeah, but
Uh,
even the bad guys get a rush, right? Like even people that served in the Vietnam War, when they explain, this one dude explained killing for the first time, and he said it was like having sex for the first time, but even more, it was even more greater than that. He said it was like a crazy feeling that you get,
My
and
friend told me that.
so
Yo, if you do
and so
drugs
But
just to
continue.
feel good, is that really a good thing?
well,
What's the
no, but that's what I'm
difference?
trying to that's what I'm trying to
What's
get
the
at though.
difference?
Continue.
It's
No,
I'm
that's
himself.
trying.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, because he was just saying like, if, like Seven was saying, if you get married because you so called in love and all these different things, you doing it because of that feeling, that same feeling that they get from doing drugs.
Exactly. You just
So,
keep it
no, but
rocking
that's what
back
I'm
and forth
saying
with each
though.
other.
Drug addiction is
So
a mental illness. How is it
everybody
a
wants
mental illness?
dopamine to hit, but the problem with when you hit too much dopamine, like crack, cocaine, meth,
You go broke. You don't got
Adderall.
enough money to
Well,
pay for the rest of the crack.
yeah, It-
so that's why
well,
I've
no,
been single for the last 15 years.
but the scientific part about it is when your brain gets
It's like,
like like what's that one drug, the party drug, like the love drug, ecstasy. Is that too much? When you get too much of a dopamine dump into the system, your
Ecstasy
consciousness.
releases serotonin as well. Do not forget that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you get too much of a dump of those positive vibes, you now either one, you burn out the sensors so that they now need more to feel something, or they simply don't refill yet. And so you go through a period of like a low, like
serotonin
Because you
deficiency.
the
Yeah, like you
outline
said,
of
it's a
yourself, the
serotonin
template.
receptor.
Let me see.
Serotonin receptor getting like basically worked out. That's what happened.
yeah.
Say
So that's
say
what I'm
that
saying.
you
Like, so what's the perfect balance so that you have the good feeling of dopamine, however you do it, however it comes to you, but also, um, you don't. Also, you don't have to like go fiending for that feeling anymore because you're cool, you're chill, you're all right. You know what I mean?
the perfect balance for
Hmm.
it would be balance itself, and
It'll be you.
it
Yeah.
would be you exactly.
Yeah, you
So
gonna balance.
if you
Damn
if
it! I
you
want a
look at,
real
can I
answer.
say this real quick? I am giving you the real answer. If say somebody is an angel, right? They feel like an angel. Well, that means the constant loop that you have put your ego in a state of that makes you feel like you're in heaven now is your halo. But in reality, to go through down your chakras, spiral downwards into your where you really are to your root chakra, in that spiral is where you find what you balance out to put in that halo on yourself, which is why say somebody that isn't, so somebody
What's
that's
up?
sick
I'm
is known as
so
a patient, and
Sigma.
you go to a hospital and the hospital sign has the two snakes curling around and then the angel wings. They're there to help you, but the halo thing is up
Hello.
to yours. That's why they don't put the halo on the hospital logos.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeesh.
Yeah, we okay. Are you guys okay in here?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Can
Not
you
really.
I
No,
feel okay.
I
I,
Do
feel
you
weird.
need water?
I
I feel
feel
fine.
trapped. I feel
I
trapped.
think I think Regal put some crack in her weed. I feel weird.
Oh no, I hear sirens.
Regal put some
What's
spice
up with
in
it?
Domestic
my weed. I'm feeling
domestic
weird.
violence.
I might have
Oh,
to
the
go to the
healing.
hospital, guys.
Armageddon said the healing snake.
Yes,
George.
exactly.
Well,
The
the
healing.
Egyptians showed the snake as a sign of electricity to them. I'm just saying, the bulb inside the tomb, it's really electricity current. The snake to them
Yeah,
was current. So when you see the snake in Egypt, it
Not
means
all snakes
current.
are bad.
Electric. Yeah, not all
nobody
snakes
was
are
saying that
They
the snake
wouldn't
was
be.
bad or
Yeah,
any type of them
yeah.
are.
and
We were
all
just saying the
reptilians are
form and the
bad.
way a snake of is when a snake is being. If not all snakes are bad, we understand that, but all of them are snakes.
Yeah,
Well,
and
clearly
Yeah,
not
Well, did
all
you know
if
snakes
the
are
that
belly's
bad.
on the
Like the
ground, it's
snake in my
evil.
pants.
It's evil. They're all bad.
what's up, Phrase?
Their
Sibar?
belly's on the ground, they're evil.
Phrasic bar?
Being
I don't
bad
know
is
how to
fun.
say that name.
It's like Regal. When he walks,
Hey,
his belly hits
I
the
am so
ground.
Sigma.
That's Regal.
Oh my God! Why
Oh,
you
if I could
You
say
know,
this also
Legion
And
ad
when he
lib.
let
walks,
let
Regal.
about what
George talk because he tripping right
Oh,
now.
yeah, I'm smoking a
We
blunt,
want
my bad
we
also.
want to
But if I could
dive
say
deep
this
into your
also,
mind as you off the mushrooms.
when we were talking about the when somebody killed and they said it was like having sex for the first time. Well, I can relate that to I've had sex and made girls whimper, scream, etc., all the above, and I like hearing that shit. So because they're just being themselves also, but then I've had sex where I've like had like quiet intimate type, and I could just tell it's like, oh, okay, well, dopamine at the end of the day would be from the voice, because if I say something and you feel what I said, well, my words move the matter in the air the same way that you could touch something and that thing is made of matter. Well, I touched you with my words and that dopamine hits you. That's why we get compliments and stuff like that. Everything's a spectrum from low to fucking yada yada.
I've
Yada
got you.
hurt.
Hey,
Yep.
not
Yes,
all
and I do
snakes are
have
bad,
fire, sex, and photos
especially
as well.
the snake in
Let's
my
move this
pants.
more.
That's
Man,
considering
Armageddon,
we prove our point, it's all
Armageddon.
easy.
Man, you should put them in the Discord so we can see those pictures, those photos.
Did somebody said that they have a snake in their boots?
Ah,
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that
That's
guy.
Regal. You got a mini.
Woody,
You
Woody,
guys
Woody said
Look,
that.
Rigo.
yeah, Woody.
Seven said he
Fuck
made
that
her
guy,
whimper.
Woody,
He
dog.
made
I
her
hate that
yawn,
motherfucker,
bro.
man. He stole my girl, Bo Peep.
Man, hey, how many grams did you
not
take?
Regal.
7?
I took 1.5.
Oh, okay,
Right.
yeah, you took a light dose, but is it
Yes, sir.
do it feel strong though?
Yeah, it gave me more of like a like it was just timid. It was a very tranquil version of the mushroom
Yeah,
dose. If anything, honestly, I felt like I wasn't really like tripping. I was just kind of like more in tune with myself than actually trying to fly out and ponder on why the universe is yada yada this and this and that. It was more like a comfortable ass like I walked to the store type shit and smoked a bag.
oh yeah. I
It
think
was
them be the
like,
best
I do
times
a
when you
lot
kind
of
of kick back and just observe everything and just flow with it instead of trying to really understand the shit.
Yeah.
so
Mush is
high.
made to do some self-reflection, I think.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
I
it's like I
can't
always
get
like saying
over
that
it.
if somebody dies and their body decomposes into the earth and then that same fungus grows out of like the earth and all that stuff and you eat that fungus, I'm assuming the mushrooms would be like talking to the inventory of the dead, which is why they started putting people in caskets because they didn't want some certain knowledge to be told back into the dead. You know, it's like keep
that's
this person in wood.
I felt like when I was off mushrooms one time, it like, and I was like saying, you know, like when people die and they put them in the casket, I felt like that too. Like the casket was a trap. It was the way that your body wouldn't go back into the earth. You wouldn't be
Exactly.
able to go back and be a part of the earth, like you, because you stuck in a casket.
Hey,
You
that's why
enclosed.
Indian people, they hella burn everybody. As soon as you die, they're like, set them on fire. We must not let someone consume the knowledge.
Man,
Send them to the heavens.
they got the one too where they put all their bodies out there and let the animals eat them.
Oh, what the fuck?
You ain't never seen
And
that
then
one?
that's what creates other
Hey,
beings too, shit like
Yeah.
that,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, I seen that one true, but that was on a kill farm.
Oh my God, bro. Nah,
How
nah. They was
you
sticking
gonna
them
kill
all
them?
out there and letting the animals just actually just come and just eat them.
Hell, damn, that must have been their enemies, because
They
I
took
would
all of
never
our
let my
rituals
loved one
away,
get ate.
especially the funeral homes. Oh yeah, the funeral homes. That's because the funeral homes is one of the biggest money makers right now, bro. Like that tripped me out. Like the funeral homes, like because you paying for a casket, you paying for a suit, you paying to get their makeup
Yep.
done, you paying for the services, you paying for hella shit. Funerals is not cheap. They
The
is
fact that
not
they
No,
cheap.
it's
charging you to
basically
die.
making
Yeah,
money out of the deads.
Yeah, they charge you to live and they gonna charge you to die. Your death gonna be more expensive than you
They do
living.
this over your family members.
Like man, and then you
You
see
them kidnapped.
you see all these people. They got to be out there. You know, the whole family out there with cups with pictures on it, going, can you donate? You just starting GoFundmes and some more shit, and it's like, damn, that's why they try to have you get life insurance. So you feel me? You got to pay for your death before it get here.
When you are to something
Yeah,
still
you know
true,
when I'm gonna die.
like, you get stuck in that cemetery, man. There's a good paranormal investigator called Dalen Pratt, half of the Ghost Brothers. Plus, he has a show with Jack Osborne called Fright Club.
Body part.
But he has a YouTube channel where he goes to the cemeteries and uses the ghost box. And
What?
why are the people buried in the
Dang,
cemetery
man,
stuck?
such a baby. What you mean by that?
People are free to roam the world. It's crazy. I don't understand the afterlife, but yeah, man, he goes to cemeteries and talks to the spirits in the cemeteries, old slave cemeteries, and even these old cemeteries, there's ones with these friggin' racist white people, and they don't want the black ghosts over there, and the black ghosts don't want. Oh, it's crazy.
What the heck?
Shows you a different aspect.
Man, don't
They-
pay no mind to Big Chill. Nah, he's just telling you. He's just talking what Drake told him to say.
Yeah,
Oh my
sure.
God! It's like the black ghost and the white ghost is still feuding after death.
No,
It's like, wait, what
they-
the fuck?
Listen, let me
Big
tell
Chill
you.
be like, oh yeah, we can't go to that cemetery. My grandparents don't like that cemetery. That's an interracial
He
cemetery.
goes to the slave. Oh yeah, he's half of the Ghost Brothers, but he has his own YouTube channel, Dalen Pratt. but
Oh
he's half
no!
of the
You
Ghost-
seen Big Chill? You
has his
seen
own-
what just happened with the Ghost Brothers?
Osborne.
The,
That's
the,
him.
the
Dalen
wife had
Pratt.
put a hit out on him. Was gonna try to execute him or something. She started talking to a dude in jail that offed his whole family. And then she started plotting his death while he was in California, actually doing a ghost hunter series, doing a video ghost hunters in California.
Oh no.
Because the other guys left, he took over the show. So yeah, his wife tried to get him killed. But I'm talking about these black gentlemen called Ghost Brothers that do
Yeah.
hunts.
Yeah, Ghost
Now,
Brothers is
Dalen-
lying. I hate to
That's
say.
my boy, Bill. You tell him Chill sent you. He's coming to Canada. We're
See,
gonna
I
do a
seen the
ghost
one
tour.
ghost. He still had chains on him and around his neck, and he was saying he was still a ghost. He was a ghost slave.
You remember the Walmart?
Knock it off. Knock it off.
You know, remember to go on the news of the Walmart that was built on top of the black cemetery? They didn't
Yeah.
even move the body. He went there and did he has like his own devices, you know. And holy shoot, man, you got to hear what the spirits have to do. It's crazy, and they left the bodies right there. He has the radar, and here's a body, there's a body. They just
That's
made the
exactly
parking
why
lot,
the entities
built the
came
Walmart,
right,
and
too.
they wonder why there's the Walmart's haunted by
Almost
black
30
slaves.
years now.
Up in-
Oh, that's cool. The human trafficking rings. He said he fought the human trafficking rings for over 30 years. That human trafficking is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I just got out of that like a couple years ago, man. They traded me my whole life, but
Oh,
yeah, man,
I
it's a
thought
hard.
I was gonna say they saved you, Big Chill.
Yeah, they saved
Hey,
me.
you know what's
They
wild, bro? Is because, like I said, as you go on in life, you see everything, all kind of shit is happening. You feel me? Like whether we want it to happen or not, all kind of shit is happening. I don't even know if ghosts is real. I believe in ghosts sometimes, then other times I'll be like, they ain't real. They just a figment of my imagination. Sometimes
Well,
I
it depends-
believe
I
them,
was gonna
sometimes
say-
I don't.
It depends on how you try to word what they are.
Yeah.
It
If
was
you
pretty
try
cool.
to say that they're the same consciousness that was once alive, but now they're just in a ghost substance, then you're probably wrong. But if you say that they're just the echo of a consciousness that lived here that somehow is being illustrated in this reality, and maybe that's what it is.
He said
Yeah,
they
but
Different
said
levels of ghosts, though.
they said they had their firstborn son stolen at birth. The baby with no DNA is the proof I needed you all to see. The baby, that's crazy. I had my first baby stolen too. That shit had me so pissed off. I wanted to, man, I wanted to fuck all them doctors up, bro. That shit was scary as shit, bro. That was the scariest thing to see at that time. My first daughter.
Kid in my area. When they
Oh,
found out I was a poor kid from the hood, they dropped me right back at the building. They thought I was somebody else. They kidnapped the wrong kid in the hood. I just look good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got kidnapped. The kid.
yeah. When they saw
What is
Big
that,
Chill's
bro?
third nipple, they were like, "No, return this one."
The aliens told them, "Come back, man. Bring that kid back straight up." And they brought me back.
All right, let me see. He said, let me see. He talking about look up this. I got to see this, what he talking about on YouTube.
But
You know, that's
On
the thing. When
YouTube,
I'm
he
gonna
said,
die, I'm just going to put my
Joe
body to the
Scarborough, you left me
service
with a swamp full of
of
body
science.
parts.
You're gonna give your body to science?
some silly ghost.
Yep.
But my boy
No,
Cody, I
see
And a
me.
former
in the
I'm
ghost.
I'm 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 selfish. I want my body. I don't want to be no organ donor. I don't want them to do nothing. I'll be like, listen, dog.
You know where,
I
of
was born with
course,
this body. I'ma leave with this body.
We
this
should hear
was
what
7 years ago. This was seven
Gene
years
Hack.
ago.
I'm sure they.
The swamp
Check
full
it
of
out.
body
I'm sure
parts.
they're gonna find something out of me if they do some stuff like what they
Oh,
did with
okay,
the body
yeah.
of
You the mother in the
Einstein.
interview.
You know,
Oh, that's
Einstein. They
wild.
they took his body and made some research out of it, and I'm sure they're gonna do the same with me for some reason.
You want to do
Oh, they
something crazy?
said she said they will do what they want to your body. Yeah, they will.
Check out my boy Cody ITC when he interviewed King Von in The Other Side, man. It didn't
That
make
was
sense.
longer
But King Von
Man, I
makes
wish I
sense.
didn't have
Michael
to go
examines
to
child
work,
was
but I
solving
got to
criminal
go.
case to determine the death and benefits. More importantly, it's close to families.
Hey, but before I go, one thing you all should look up you should look up Bill Cooper when he talked about Time magazine released a photo of a half pig, half human hybrid, and he said that when he was looking at
That's
probably
crazy.
that was probably what Bill Cooper was talking about. But if you
Once
look up the half pig, half human hybrid, he described and said this does not look like it's made up. And the reason why was because certain details on the thing. So just remember, folks, the
I made
truth is stranger.
pig.
Dang, this is crazy right here, bro.
Crazy. The world is a crazy place we live in,
Yeah,
but the
it
spiritual world.
is. But them stealing bodies, though. Wait, they said wait. What did it say about DNA?
We don't want to
Investigator
go.
at my house and looked over my paperwork and said that he would help me out with my case and that they thought there was something fishy about everything. She claims she paid for him $4,000 for an autopsy and DNA test. She said she was shocked when the results came back from the lab and there are no results, no DNA. What the heck? So the baby had no DNA? Was intact. What? The DNA was tainted. I gotta watch this later. They told me my baby had no DNA. Many people were offed.
I don't know if that's a result of a certain experimentation by the government.
Yeah, they know. I'm watching the news clipping right now. She in the chat on YouTube. Like, this is the lady that it happened to. She in the chat on YouTube right now, and she's talking about it. And like, I just seen her on the video, and she was telling the news what happened, and it's like other people talking about it. And I guess like a lot of they was taking a lot of bodies or something. I probably can play it because it's like, it's not a lot of the subs on this channel. I can play it. But that shit is trippy.
Yeah, don't get copyright.
That shit scared me because like when like they told us that we had to basically take our baby out because like when the baby got 6 months, they said the baby had anencephaly to where the skull didn't develop from the front to the back. And they was like, okay, we're gonna do a C-section and take the baby out basically, and then and all these different things. And my mom kept telling us, no, don't do it, just go all the way through with the pregnancy. But my girl at the time, she was like scared because they talked her into it. They was like, you gonna fall in love with the baby. You ain't gonna wanna, And then if the baby die, you gonna be more hurt and all these different things. And she just said, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna let them do it. And when they did it, they basically killed the baby because like, man, my daughter was in like 5 different pieces, bro. Her everything was separated from the body. I was like, what the fuck? That shit had me
Wow.
I was so pissed off. That was my first child. And after that, I only had one daughter. All boys, one daughter. After that.
Wow.
Because you know how it is, like, you have your child, and even if something happened, it's like, I want to see what she would have looked like. And they didn't want to show me. They was like, didn't want to show us, like, nah, nah, nah. And then when they showed us, like, I was like, what the fuck, man? And then they do that, and then they use those organs and stuff. You feel me? And they slick with how they do shit, bro. Just like when they had the little pandemic shit, and then they was telling everybody, oh, your family, your family died of the disease of the the little C shit. I don't want to say it because YouTube be tripping, but a lot of people wasn't even dying from that. Like they was taking a lot of people out. You feel me? And then they was blaming it on that, and that wasn't even the reason.
Well, that was part of, I think, a social experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, super experiment.
Aliens took all those people's bodies, and now those people, your family that passed away, their shells, their bodies are being used.
Yeah, they
by
take them.
aliens.
Or man, you gotta figure, right? If you got like a billionaire, right, that got like liver cancer or liver damage or something like that, bro, they could easily go pay some money and have somebody off that got good organs and be able to get their organs. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
One of
was
the
muted when I said this, my bad, but I was also saying that it could be a mental experimentation by lying to people
yeah.
and saying, oh, this baby has no DNA because of the known fact that your beliefs is what comes true in manifestation. So if you mess with the pool of consciousness itself and then have somebody say this and they go on and believe, then maybe something will happen to the DNA that you can't fuck with scientifically.
What's the one? What's the
Well,
one? The one DNA that basically that is like not a lot of people got it. Like it's like I don't know the C chromosomes. I don't know. I don't really know that shit. But just think if your baby just like because they test you as you going through your pregnancy. They run tests over and over and over and over and over
Uh-huh.
again through your pregnancy, and just think if they actually find out that your baby got some strong ass shit, some shit that is like beyond the level of healing type shit, and then they go, oh yeah, we need that. We need that. They can come up with anything and just tell you.
Exactly.
And a lot of times we gonna believe the doctor
Anunnaki's
because it's the doctor.
DNA.
And yeah, Anunnaki DNA. Yeah,
Yeah.
they will take your shit easily. And then like sometimes
That's why they
they
call me Dragon.
that was like even one of my experiences that I went through, and I was like tripping out on how you got to understand, you taking your child to the doctor's is performing all these tests, they know everything about your child. Then when your child starts school, they got pictures of you, they take pictures of all the kids, you feel me, and they watch the kids grow up as they
It
go.
really is natural selection though, because they could wipe out all the sources of natural medicine if they wanted to, but I mean, they're like wiping out all the sources that get that information out too much, but you know what I mean? They're not getting rid of the actual thing. So it's really they're like allowing the people who know about their health, like what
Yeah.
to do for their health. They're kind of just allowing it. So
Yeah,
it
they
really
allowed
is
it, but you
natural
gotta like it's
selection.
wild because like I was
They're
tripping
bad,
out.
but
I was tripping out on like you see a lot of these kids that start playing sports in high school, and then all of a sudden they just drop dead on the court or on the field. Like they just drop dead. Nobody knows what happened. Oh, it was a cardiac arrest, and you going like, how? Like this is a, do you know, teenager healthy as shit, and this motherfucker just dropped dead. And you know, on his thing, it said, "Oh yeah, my child is an organ donor."
What the
So it's,
I don't know about that, but my ball is really pretty.
I'm telling you, I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit going on that's just weird. That's just weird, and it's set up in a way that, you know, we probably don't understand and we don't see it, but it's like it's happening. It's happening. Cause
We
you
can
know,
tell.
if you a billionaire, you dying, some teenage organs would be real good for you, real healthy.
Yeah.
A heart,
Well, you
some
know, true,
lungs,
that
a
that's
liver.
where I got a theory about that. I
Oh,
got
let's
probably
hear
a
it. Let's hear
theory
it.
about all that. Well, you know that in the 50s, MK Ultra was doing a lot of research about how to manipulate mental illness or how
Thanks
to
to
manipulate
maybe.
people with drugs and so on, right? So all those results have been kind of compiled till today, kind of thing, right? And I think that what happened in 2020 with, you know, the planning or
Pandemic. Yeah,
whatever
the
you want to call
pandemic.
it, I think it was a sort of a continuum of this, basically, or a how to put basically MK Ultra into a global practice. And I mean, the way that people are now being fed by drugs or whatever, the stimulus um, sort of when your stimuli are completely shut down because you're being told to be stay at home, and basically it's like you don't have much anything to fight for anymore, and this is where you get controlled by the people and by the elites, and that's how they are trying to get us. And basically it's been like in 70 years in the making.
That's why I love the idea of just being goth and stuff. Like, have you ever heard that one song by this dude named Moreau where he's like, I want to be just like you? Just like in the sense of true love and how crazy it gets. Like, you know, you at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I love this thing so much. I want to be like that. That's why inspiration exists. You feel me? But it can get out of hand, of course, because it can go straight to the head.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of,
Pretty.
I don't know. But it's like sometimes you become friends with someone and they like no, I mean they indirectly copy you kind of, or the way you
Yeah.
take photos. I don't know. It makes me really
Like,
uncomfortable,
and
like, because I really like them as a friend, but they don't like me, and I don't know how I feel about that.
she don't love me, she just love how I
One of my
feel.
closest friends too.
And then I feel like that's true because of the fact that gestures is how you kind of read people in the fact like of what they really meant because they add gestures
Yeah.
behind what they're saying. And so in a sense, if you think of jesters and clowns, what goes into those categories is mimes as well. And people say mind, my, all these things. So a mime is there reflecting you to you. And some people are just that mime thing. They dive into it and they just are, you know, they conform with the fact that that's how things work and that's how things bounce off each other. Same way your breathing has to go, you know, it's always like that everywhere. Think of like dribbling basketballs and games, etc., or charging your phone after it dies,
It's
mixing a
crazy,
song.
George, because if you think about it, right, whether you in a relationship or, you know, if it's just a friendship, like you begin to act like that other person. Like y'all have little sayings or little quotes that y'all say as the
Yeah,
saying, like, or you take from each other.
exactly. And you know, and a lot of people they don't protect themselves from what they don't want taken, or they feel like what they have is so novel to the point narcissism takes over instead of empathy. So it's like if I see
Yeah.
someone acting like me, I'd be flattered. You get what I'm saying? Because I saw it as like, oh, this person's because I'm being myself. So if I
Yeah.
see someone act like me, I'd be flattered. But I know how I act so well to my individuality and my novelty that I can tell if they're being exactly like me or just applying what they know about my charm to theirs.
Hey, do you think sometimes we get love confused though? Like, cause like
Yes,
when you love somebody, you want they love to be just like yours, and everybody's love is not like yours.
exactly. That's why I point out too that Spanish is the language of love, but all these people that from other countries like Venezuelans or people from Spain,
Become linked.
Mexicans, they all have their own sayings and stuff, and they don't like each other a lot because they don't use Spanish because it's the language of love, and we all experience love differently. So that's why all these places are so distinct for themselves, even if you like yeah, so there's a lot of conflict between those people that I notice also from knowing Spanish and meeting people from other countries that speak Spanish. It just makes the most sense that love is different for everyone, and that's
Yeah.
why all people that get
Hey,
along
Seven,
or speak
you ever
Spanish don't
watch
get
that?
along, even though it's the language of love.
You ever watch that Spanish
I thought that
TV,
French was the love
that
language,
dating
but
show, that
that's
It's
Temptation?
just
totally
me.
the romance language.
Well, hold on. What you say?
But
My
say that again.
creator was saying something too.
Seven,
Yeah.
you ever watch that Temptation Island shit? That Spanish TV or Mexican TV?
No, I never seen that, but I
That shit is
probably know what you're
hella
talking about.
funny, bro.
Yeah. It's like dude, that's why you always see clowns on the streets in Mexico. Like a lot of people just do that shit for because they know like they're like they'll do it for fun. You feel me? Like like you see crackheads and they're not there for no reason. In the U.S., crackheads are more like, did you hear that? Uh, Elon Musk is yada yada yada. They're like preaching like hear ye type crackheads. But in Mexico, crackheads are all like, how are you doing? For 99 cents, I will go knock out that motherfucker that always keeps bothering you at school. And they'll be saying stupid shit like that. And if you're like, for real, and you hand them the money, they'll just be like, okay, well, for another 99 cents, I'll let you tell me what his name is. And for another 99 cents, you can show me a picture of him. And you can keep doing that shit until you
Do they
notice he's just
actually go
fucking with
through
you.
with it?
Yeah, they go through
Do
with
they
it.
actually go through with it?
It depends on the type of crackhead you meet. Because if you can convince that crackhead that you really hate this person and that person's been hurt in the same way, that clown is now part of your team type shit.
You ever
Yeah.
seen that? That was like a big thing that a lot of the Mexicans used to draw in prison was the smile now, cry later faces. The clown,
Yeah.
the tears of a clown.
You know,
Love now,
it makes
cry
me
later.
it remind me back in my days. For example, I would have gone, for example, say to through like, hey, just I said something against you. He's talking shit in your back, and basically people goes like, oh yeah, he's talking my back, and everyone goes like against the guy
Yeah,
just for no reason. You know, it's probably untrue, and I'm just making it up.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's why I
So
said
that's the earth mentality.
I said all information ain't good information, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you
That's
ever
why
use
people say
just
for
I
your
as a
information.
I know. I did one time.
don't you
Just I said, men only did that twice.
Third time's a charm.
No offense, my brother.
It's all
Can
gold.
someone turn their camera on and
Nah,
just show their ceiling or some shit?
nah. Everybody got their camera off. You got yours on, so yeah, you
Yeah.
good.
This is Shroud Night to me. Everybody say home. And I'm turning the camera on because I feel weird.
Oh, you know Theo cooking? Is that Theo cooking? The Blue Flame, always throwing something together. The Blue Flame chef.
What the fuck? Oh, is that place? Did you get a gun?
Who? Me? No.
WTF cannabis.
Is that the same
That
packet, or did you get
that's what
again?
I'm saying. That's my
Oh,
mushroom shit. The
oh,
albino
you
Zila.
stocked up. Okay, okay. I thought you bought a like one dose or some shit, but you like stocked up.
The WTF.
When I buy the shit, it comes in 7 grams. So yeah, I'm good for a month with that.
Oh damn.
If you were to buy that amount, oh, that's so cute. I'm gonna show you
Let me
my
start
um
thinking.
my toothbrush holder. It's also a Hello Kitty cup. But so if you were to buy 7G and you use it for a month, so do you just do it like once every 2 weeks or something?
You would
Yeah,
have
it
to
depends.
plan it out like
Actually,
that.
it's been a few years I didn't do any mushrooms, and what I did, it's basically because I was trying to get some weed from that place, which they got you that from a mailbox basically. So yeah, they got also mushrooms and shit. So I decided maybe that I would go back to it, and yeah, I mean $40, 7 grams. I just I take that on the weekends just because.
Oh, how many grams you usually take on the weekends?
Me?
Right now I did actually basically almost 2 grams now. So
Oh. How it got you feeling? Did it kick in yet? You get the tingles yet?
oh, I'm kicking in. I'm
How do
kicking
you
in all
Mhm.
night.
how do you prepare yours? Like, do you just eat it?
Yeah. Actually, I buy Val Nature bars. I, you know,
Higher
cut the
shit.
thing in two,
Hold on,
make a
let
sort
me
of a sandwich with it,
copy.
and
In case you
eat them
didn't
up.
know me.
Bro,
They
I
don't know
fucking
themselves.
can't. Like,
Man.
I feel no, I don't throw up, but I feel so sick in my tummy when like it doesn't matter what drug I take. Even acid does that shit to my tummy. Like, it just feels like I want to throw up without wanting to throw up. Like, it's just the lingering sickness, you know?
You be
Mhm.
fighting
In
it?
your
That happens.
like it just doesn't feel right. It's not like you don't it's like imagine like
Oh, that
extreme
look
bloating
crazy.
without the air. You just feel really gross.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
You be
Is that
having
anyone else?
you be having the
Yeah.
BGs, the bubble guts.
And I don't know how to
I
get
feel
rid of
like
it.
that
I
happens.
tried taking lemon balm tea and it does help, but the feeling's still there.
I think Theo said ginger. Ain't it Theo is ginger or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
I
That
Make
makes
usually
some
take
ginger tea.
Vegemite.
Or a soda.
but I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
take
Ginger.
Vegemite.
it would just warm the
But not
feel it would
ginger is really good.
which would make it better, but I don't think it would make it go away. I don't know.
I feel like
I
Ginger's an
think next time
antihistamine.
actually
It
I
has
want to
some
try
properties.
something. I got some tea here, and might probably next time make myself a cup of tea, basically, and put the mush in there and let it brew.
Can I
Yeah.
ship
That's cool.
can I
It
ship
comes
like
on faster, but it goes away a little faster. But the peak comes on faster too.
I
That's
want to
now
ship
with
a
Uh-huh.
diamond.
tea blend to your post office or anyone's post office that likes drinking tea.
you
Tea changed my life. It
I
literally
just
made me feel like I'm in a
I
wonderland.
walk.
when you make mushroom
I
tea,
walk.
you gotta eat the shrooms after after you drink the tea.
Yeah.
You gotta
Oh,
eat the
That's
I
what
little
walk
make my
around
shrooms.
with
stomach
the
hurt
biggest
again.
bag of
holy
tea.
shit,
That's
that's
the only reason
I
I'm
had
doing
the
the
biggest
tea.
breakthrough, bro.
All day.
When I made the tea,
Thanks for the
I think
advice.
you boil out like 95% of the alkaloids. So I throw away the mushrooms after, and it took me beyond.
What was you saying, George? Or bad?
Oh no, I was just saying that I walked like an hour to get tea today. So it's funny that you mentioned tea, and then the lady at what's called to work with at work said that she was gonna make us ginger juice from Africa, like traditional type stuff,
Oh,
and she was gonna bring it to us on Monday. But I also wanted to point out what you were saying about the stomach thing with the mushrooms or LSD. I feel feel like that happens the same way we point out that, oh, I got a feeling in my gut, like I shouldn't do that, yada yada, you do this. So it kind of happens in a sense. Same way you get butterflies in your stomach if you meet somebody and kind of like them or some shit. So it does that intensely simply because I feel like you can move the energy from sitting there as you trip and kind of make a more comfortable experience. But there is this one like entrance type, open the door and you have to feel kind of gross with everything.
When you
Like,
give
listen to
into it,
XXXTentacion's song Ugly.
Yeah.
when you give into it, it make it kind of worse though. I think, like when you give into that feeling.
Like giving it attention will
Yeah.
make it feel important.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
try to distract yourself and you're like, I'm tripping. I may as well go do something. And then you do feel good. But then the feeling comes back. You're just like it just like lingers. It never goes away. But you just think about it like you're sitting with your friends and you get back from the park or some shit and you smoke a joint and then you're like, "Oh, I feel gross."
Yeah.
It never went away, but you just remember it again. Like,
Yeah, that idea, because it's still there. It's gonna stay there.
fuck.
You can't give way to it.
Yeah, I think of it as like a temporary thing. Like I go in thinking, okay, this is going to be an illusion of feeling kind of bad or weird. And it's this gateway. And I just like, at some point, it makes a turning point. But I always use music. And it's like, it brings a lot of energy in the music, emotion. And I don't feel the badness at all anymore.
Yeah, because
Once
the
it washes
music
over.
kind of it takes away those thoughts. It occupy your ideal mind that be throwing all these thoughts out there. The music occupy that shit. To me,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I like to
Yo,
listen to
true.
music when
It's
I'm
like
tripping.
you're electric. You're like on fire. You're fully aware with the music.
Yeah.
Yo, true.
What's up, Eric?
You know, I was listening to some music and stuff. Now I understand how it works with the music now through vibrations. Because when I'm listening to some music, it depends on the music you listen to. I start to vibrate with certain music I listen to, but then there's other music I listen to I don't vibrate with.
Yeah.
So the music that I vibrate with, that's the music that I have to listen to.
Because it's more closer. You know what's trippy, bro? Don't go like when you get ready to go to sleep. Do not go to sleep and conjure up thoughts that you are God. It is the trippiest thing. You will begin to see through other people's eyes. You'll have it will blow your mind. If you just say I am that I am, and I know I am this thing, even though I don't want to accept it. I know that I am it. You will begin to see your consciousness exploring this place, and it's like the trippiest feeling, bro. It's almost like you tripping.
It's like you see it, but you feel it too.
Yeah,
Because I feel it too. I feel it a lot now.
and
Because when you say that, it's all it's all in you.
yeah, because I
It's
think
all around
people get it
you.
confused. Because if you say it to somebody that has a belief that this God thing is outside of them, they're thinking that you are directly saying, "Oh, I am the God, all that's creating all this and that made the world." And it's like, no, it's like I am the God of my own ideas, my own thoughts, my own feelings, of myself. This is what I am.
Does anyone know who this is? Keep pounding. CDL.
Oh, yeah.
Is he cool?
Yeah, he used to be. Yeah, he used to be here a lot.
Okay.
And there's another thing too, because I've been experiencing so much that with the tourist field and stuff.
I was gonna say the Torah.
That
Yeah, I was about to
the
say.
tourist field, but see, that's basically the the uh, um the cycle. Now I can command that because before I couldn't do it, but now I can. it has something to do. I mean, because everything has this particular torus field, or everything. And I noticed now that how I was telling you guys that my head moves left, right, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's that torus field. I could when I have my hands out. That's actually what that is. It's that torus field, which is actually the cycles that's all around everything.
The,
So
the
now check this
merry-go-round
out. Check this
of
out.
life.
Check this out now. Uh, you know how I was, telling you guys about the eye. On one side of the eye, um, my head spins around based on that torus field. Now, I I I I can understand that has I can understand that has something to do with space time. Now, when I can switch that around now, I can switch it. I can switch it from uh, you know, space time as what we're in to time space. So when I switch, okay, hey, True, you remember the guy named Reese
Yeah.
spoken to a long time ago?
Yeah, I remember Reese.
And okay, you remember he says that his head, he got a cramp in his head and his head moved around really fast. Remember he said that?
No, I don't remember that part though.
Okay, because he mentions that he had a cramp in his head because his head spun around so fast that when it took him out of he blasted off. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm experiencing. Uh, when he talks about his head moves, but his head like twisted around and then he blasted off. And when he came back, he said that he had a cramp in his head for a while. This is exactly what I've been experiencing for a great long time. And
What's up,
I
Ty?
can command it. And now when I turn my head, now when I command myself to turn my head to the left, now it's all time and space. And that's when that happens, he blasted off, out of his body to where he went to.
I'm just
So
happy
when
to
I'm
this.
doing when
I'm
I
gonna talk
did
about
it
it at Welcome One.
when I did it, because I noticed that when I switch it, my head moves from left from how it's like you have uh space time and then you have time space. When I switch it from the left side, it's like that's all time and space. So I'm conjuring with all the entities that's within inside myself that I can communicate with,
That's
even with the mushroom,
yeah, that's hella
even
weird
with
because I remember having that experience. You ever did that, George, to where you could like your left brain has a whole different like say your left brain got the
Yeah,
illusion of this world, but your right brain got the illusion of a whole different world going on.
And you right in the
yeah.
in
yeah,
between.
because like
Yeah.
that's why that's why we have to make conclusions, like be,
Hmm.
for that
I was
reason
just
exactly.
in that about 5 minutes ago, dude.
Yeah, that should be crazy, bro. Hey,
For me, I kind of started saying it was my Libra thing, man, because like I'm tipping right now, but like I was on this trip one time. If I just leaned to the right, it was like hell, and if I leaned to the left, it was
yeah.
like heaven. Just split up the middle and shit.
Yeah,
It was
that shit is
Hilarious.
crazy as shit, bro. Hey, I even got it to where I could I separated all my like my eyes from my mouth, from my nose, from my ears, and all of them were saying different things, and my brain was trying to basically put it together, but it wasn't getting the information right. Cause it couldn't really, cause what my ears was hearing wasn't what my eyes was seeing.
right.
So it was like
That's why
confused.
that's
It's like two. It's what it is. It's like two different sides. Because when okay, true, and that's understandable. Because when you say okay, dealing with space time and then dealing with time space is two different things. And when you in space time, it's like basically, what it's like basically, man, how can I say it? I had it before, but see some it, I mean, when you have so much all this stuff that crams into within yourself and your mind, you have all, but then it leaves really fast.
Yeah, but it's
It's like
still
that
there.
So
one song
much.
where he's like, "Better make
That
sure I
was
never
meant
come
for you
back."
for then.
It's
But hey,
crazy.
this trip that I'm on right now, this shit been like it's been like an LSD trip for real. But it's like, did this shit know I really wanted to take my last tab, but I'm like, nah, I'm saving it. And they like, all right, well, I'm gonna give it to you, but it's just been that today. But it's been like the trickster, and it's been all me. Like I'm about to age myself and shit, but like the original Gremlins movie where the old man was telling him about the gremlins and shit, and all the
Yeah.
little calamities that was happening
Yeah.
was always a gremlin behind it. All the motherfuckers was me. Like every time I caught one of them, it was just me
Yeah.
causing all the fucking calamities and
I
shit.
am my own demon.
Like what the fuck?
Hey, that be the best part to me though. That be the best part to me right there is when you actually see that part, Corey, and it's like all these little things is you, and it's like how? Like I'm that little gremlin talking, but I think Theo, if I ain't mistaken, I think Theo was talking about that when he dove in on the mushrooms and it took him on the LSD experience. Was that you, Theo?
I had hopped in here earlier, but it was like right about an hour after I took him, and dude was talking about when he was homeless and how people treated you, and I just started feeling I was in his shit. Like I gotta get out of here.
Oh
'Cause that
yeah,
shit was.
yeah.
Hey, that kind of makes sense when we say that that it's all of us, because I experienced with this too, that when I'm looking at into people's eyes, within the eyes it's nothing but light. So yeah, that's what that's exactly what that is, because it's all you, because that light is in everybody.
Is in
Yeah, and
everybody,
only
and
a
that's the
light can
that's the
cast a shadow, which is
that's
why
the
the pupil's
that's
black.
the beautiful thing about it though, Corey, is when you in the experience and then somebody starts talking and you can almost see it through their eyes. You start to see
Yeah,
the
you like
story.
you live it. Like I
Yeah,
felt it. Like I felt emotions. Like how he was like how society look on motherfuckers and they don't really even know your situation and shit. And I was like feeling all of that shit. Like I
yeah,
gotta get here. This
Hey,
is
do you
great.
think?
And it's crazy. I had initially, before I even checked to see if anybody was in here, I was like, I was like, I'm gonna spread some love today. Like I have built up this little thing of love in my room and shit. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go in there. And then that shit happened. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. And I kind of brought some of that energy with me. But I was like, at least I pulled it out of the group. And then I'm gonna turn it around in here on my own right now. You know what I'm saying? So I fought with
yeah.
that for a little bit.
Is that's why a lot of times, like back in the days, I used to not be on Discord when I was tripping because that was happening. And then when I finally started letting it happen, and I was Theo playing that damn guitar, I said, "This is kind of dope." Because I'm
Yeah.
looking at him play the guitar. Next thing you know, I'm looking through his eyes, looking at my fingers playing the guitar, and I know exactly what strings he about to pull. And I'm like, man, this is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Yeah.
Like even the aspect of somebody talking about their life and going through certain things, and then you live it while you inside that experience, bro. Even though it be scary sometimes it just be cool just to let the shit happen. Cause then you gonna take on that experience and you gonna know what that experience feel like. Meaning that now when you see people that went through that, you gonna have a better understanding of that person.
You just gotta remember that you're
Yeah.
doing that though, and don't let that shit take you too much emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Take you under and shit. You gotta remember why the fuck you where you are.
Yeah, no, not me. I
But,
be wanting
but,
to go
but
all
if
the way
you,
there, Corey. I'm not gonna hold you.
yeah,
I want to go
because if
all
you
the way
try,
there.
because
First
if you try to
Well,
person
remind
that's a lot
yourself
of
that you are
self-reflection and
going through,
empathy, I think.
first. I think
yes,
that
but like,
with a lot of this, well, one of the theories I was thinking about was the dopamine and belief, and how people used to say magic doesn't work unless you believe in it type shit.
Yeah,
So like
Right.
say you
yeah,
dreaming. Some people just see little fantasies. Some people see nothing. Some people lucid dream. Some people try to believe in more in their dreams, so they trying to write it down and stuff like that. Trying to say write down your dreams so you can memorize, so you can start remembering your dreams more.
Yeah.
So what if that's all your dopamine or whatever's the dopamine, all the memes in your head, all the memes start coming alive
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But then
Like that
on them
one song.
psychedelics, it like in this reality game we in, it gives us that glimpse like a coach, like the greatest coach, teacher, whatever in the world. It's like, look at all you can do. Look at all what's going on. Stop believing in yourself. You can. So then,
What's
like
that
in the
song by
regular
Kanye?
so-called world, whatever we believe in, we can attach to those things. So then, even sometimes without any substance, even though our body is a drug factory anyway, but
Right.
you listen to somebody's story and get so in tune with it, and they be like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, just when they were saying that, it hit me. Like, it hit me. You need something, or
It's like you relive that, you live their
Find
story
your
through their
dreams
eyes.
come true.
Yeah,
And I
like an old
wonder
person
We
or a little
all
kid."
living the same
what it
fucking story,
means.
man. We all, I mean, the music, everything, the movies, we all telling the same fucking story. We all just one entity doing the same fucking thing.
It's the hero's journey, man.
We're all making our point. That's why period, pupil, etc., etc.
It's the hero's journey, and the hero could be many different ways. It could be Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
It could be fucking somebody from Fast and the Furious. It could be
Shrek is the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
I don't hate anybody. Shrek is love.
Yeah, it could be Donkey. It could be it could be Fiona. It's like the hero is
Julian from Madagascar.
Hey, the whole time
like
everybody thinking and watching the Matrix thinking Neo is the one, and then it end up being Trinity, and you like, wait, what the fuck? And they all the one.
Right. Yeah, because the Merovingian and all the motherfuckers before him was the one.
Called garlic cookies. This modified or I don't know. He said,
That's
why do they
why-
call it GMO? I don't know. I don't smoke weed no more. I had to quit.
That's why there's different sounds. Like I could say exactly what you said, but it sounded different because I understood it and pieced it together in a certain way. Same way that you can make a certain drug in a different chemical process and get even more pure version of it, or a certain version that still is that drug but not pure, etc. And that's but going back to the sound thing, that's why like what True was saying earlier, where he was like disconnecting all them things that operate the body basically. Like some people only really sing with like just their heart, but like they got slapped in the face as a kid and that never went away, so their cheeks are a part of their voice a lot.
Yeah.
That's like say like I sing with my nose right now. Like Peso Pluma is real famous for being the rock star kid that kind of sung regional Mexican music with that annoying ass like Don Periño le regaga lentes en la cara, doce lavada. Like he uses his nose hella for that shit.
That was the
Throat
80s.
singing.
That's what was the
Yeah,
80s.
shit
All
like
the
that.
singers in the 80s sung with the through their nose.
2 planets away, I got my drink, I got my bitch.
Yeah.
Kendrick does that shit.
It's wild how the words, because the words are creating something every time. Like it don't matter what the words is that's coming out, they're creating something inside everybody that's out there. Like even when you're talking to somebody, like like when you tell your girl I love you, it creates a feeling within her. And when she say it back, it creates that same feeling within you. And like we go, okay, instead of using the fuck you and you ain't shit, we'd rather go, hey, I love you, man, and keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
We'd rather share all the good shit. You don't want to call somebody an asshole when they being an asshole.
It makes you feel bad. Like this dude's stupid, bro. Why he being an asshole? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know he's an asshole. I feel bad for that.
But sometimes they shit. You got to say that. Hey, man, you being an asshole right now. So they can feel what you feel. It's like shit.
And all the shit they've been shitting.
If you don't tell them, they're going to continue
it sounds
to be it.
like when people.
Oh, go ahead.
It's like when people comes and insult me, I always tell them, I love you too, man. And they goes like, what the fuck?
Be looking at you all weird. Like I think people look at me weird now because I laugh at everything. You know, it don't matter what it is. I laugh and I'm always smiling through death, through everything. And they like, how the fuck can you just stay happy? And it's like, ain't nothing happening that ain't happened before. It's like I can't walk away. I'm supposed to be sad just because this happened over here. Hell no. I'll be damned.
I've seen enough.
Yeah, I seen enough. I seen enough. You know what I always get, Sammy? You know, I always get the Bible people. This is what they always tell me. Well, you know, it said it'll be dark times these times, and I was like, well, okay, what about the Black Plague? What about when Hitler was killing all them Jews? Like, you trying to tell me it wasn't no times worse than this?
Times alive by believing that.
Yeah, it's like you trying to tell me that this is worse than when all those people was dying, like half the fucking town died from the Black Plague? Like, come on now.
Jesus is coming. Repent. He said he's late again.
Jesus slick. He said, I ain't going to their house. Last time I went to their house, shit, they was shooting at me. Thought I was breaking in. I was trying to come bring them good tidings. I'm trying to bring you everlasting life. You gonna fucking destroy me. I said this. You know what's crazy though? It's like when you read a lot of these things, like they be saying some real shit. Like it reminded me of like the presidency, right? You know, like everybody knew what Donald Trump was gonna do. He said what he was gonna do before he did it. And instead of the other person, they chose Donald Trump. It was like almost like when Jesus and they had Barnabas and they said, you know, Barnabas is a murderer. But you know, fuck it, we don't care. Release him. We don't want that Jesus guy. It's like, give us the killer.
Can you pop some king, please?
We are dreaming.
You know
it is.
That Dr. Doom. It's a new Marvel comic book series coming out, and Dr. Doom like saves the world, so everybody like has to respect him. And the Fantastic Four and the Science Thing guy, they all
like
mad
John
and
Cena turning heel.
they like
Hey,
they really
shit,
want
right
to
now,
like gave the world peace. He saw
right
the
now,
war.
Daredevil, oh boy, the mayor, same shit.
John Cena is a bad guy for the first time ever in WWE.
Damn.
Yep. And now
And
he's
everyone loves
saying,
him.
man, well, and now the Earth about to be destroyed. And he's like, well, you better ask Reed, y'all. And then, he can't help y'all. I guess y'all gotta ask me.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Back in the days, and we go back to Marvel when it was, you know, the new thing, or I mean, the original Fantastic Four, Reed or Richard Reed, which is Mr. Fantastic, actually is a kind of a motherfucker. This guy is an abusive. No, it's true. He's an abusive guy, basically, and Sue Reeds, which is Mrs. Fantastic or Mrs. Invisible. I mean, they are always fighting against each other's for some, well, you know, couple fighting kind of thing. But I mean, Richard, he's basically an alcoholic, and he's an abusive husband.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
And then Richard means dick, and they say Reed Richards.
I mean, sure, they are the heroes, but at the end of the day, is he really a hero or a zero?
Yeah, that's what's the name? Venom.
He's a Richard.
Right. Or Craven, like they was mad
Rich
at Craven
nerd.
the Hunter because they made him a hero and he really a villain.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what Jay-Z say, man. You live, you be the villain long enough, you be the hero long enough to become the villain, or is it vice versa? You just be the villain long enough to become the
he got
hero.
that from Batman.
Yeah.
He got that from the Batman movie.
Stole it.
Two-Face.
Yeah, Two-Face. Oh, that is right, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. But we will always choose Barnabas over Jesus for some reason.
We love our own misery. We love our
I
own.
love
We
Barney.
always gonna find the bad in something before we find the good in it. We live off fucking misery.
Yeah. Hey, feeding people and healing people. We don't need that shit.
Where's the pain?
Yeah. It's like, man, that what's is crazy because it kind of happens when a lot of people come along, like, you know, and they start helping people, and then it's always somebody point out they bad. You know, well, they was a murderer back in the days. They did this back in the days, and it's like, but you know, it's crazy because a lot of those people do be helping motherfuckers. You
But we
know?
just so used to always getting taken from, they just automatically put us on the defensive. Like, what this motherfucker up to? I'd rather have a motherfucker that's showing me he bad than make me think he good, and then he gonna turn on me, and that's probably the real reason why we just go ahead and accept the bad.
Yeah, that's why
Because
a
we
lot
think
of
it's
rulers.
inevitable.
That's why a lot of rulers they ruled with an iron fist instead of, you know, doing it the soft way. Like you like, okay, remember what was it called? American Me? Remember the one guy, you know, he was running the Mexican mafia, and then, you know, like he started to go, man, we killing all these people, bro. We gotta stop doing all this crazy shit. They knocked his ass off. You getting soft.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
Spreading those ideals.
They don't want you to get soft in the game. We don't want you to start helping people. Like, that's we trying to get this money. When I see Kanye in the Klan's outfit, first thing that comes to mind is that Dave Chappelle skit. Oh yeah, hey, it is crazy, right? Because the swastika, you know where they even got the swastika from. It's like, you know, it's some wild shit, bro.
They was all cool. Man. And that's how they was even. We're using it to be cool. We're together. We're all of this. But everybody's like, yo, y'all the fucking enemy.
African swastika.
Yeah, because that shit can go left only one way and then right only in that way when you draw it, right?
Yeah, and they was real into the occult though. The Hitler's like party and stuff like that. They was that's what they going around trying to figure out, going to Himalayan, finding all these old texts and stuff.
Yeah, it's some old African shit. Like, cause like I was tripping out when cause my father-in-law, he's black and he got a swastika symbol on his hand, and I was like, what the fuck? And he was the first. That's when I first heard the truth about the swastika. And he was like, you don't know what this is? I was like, yeah, that's some Hitler shit. He said, no, it's not. He said, that's why it's backwards.
No.
Some other shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's ancient. That's ancient.
If you go back to the Black Star, I think, and even beyond that, the swastika was actually a symbolism of life, and basically like the four seasons or the four state of a life. So that's what it is.
Oh, I think it means the fact that it can only go right when you draw it one way and left the other. So right would be the conformity of being here, and then left would be representation of death and moving on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the fact is that, yeah, it's true that the Nazis kind of took that out and basically kind of corrupted the symbolism behind the swastika, I think, to a certain extent.
That's just like saying that's basically that swastika towards left and right.
Yeah, they said it was found in a lot of African cultures, and it meant well-being or good luck.
Mm-hmm.
But they do that everything.
A lot of
Black
things
Lives Matter, fucking woke. Like, they do that with everything.
And we all know.
You ever seen rock music? They throw up the devil horn. Like you got a rock horn, rock hard.
Yeah.
That actually started from a heavy metal singer named Dio, and he said his grandma was from the countryside, and his grandma was from the countryside from some other country, and that was their good luck symbol and their symbol to like make bad spirits go away. Then over years, people were like, "Oh, you're the devil if you put that up." He's like, huh?
Yeah.
Ronnie
When they
Yeah.
say good
Dio's
luck, you
grandmother
gotta.
was from Sicilia.
Celia.
Hey, religion
Thank
killed a lot of that.
You have
like
to
especially
remember
like
that
in the
when
black
people say good
household,
luck as well,
everything is of the
they can
devil if
say,
you ain't
well,
doing
good luck.
exactly
You
how
know,
they
like
say in
saying it
church.
like, well, take care of yourself, but also saying like good luck in a sense of like, ugh, I know he's not going to be able to do that. Good luck. Good luck with that. Or
Yeah.
hey, I'm having. It's very multiple entendre.
But
Like
Kanye
it
could have
just
did it differently though. He could have put the dots on it or made it backwards. Use something. This one Kanye crazy as hell. He crazy, but he
Nah, he
sane.
just came off a good
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. He
There's
wants
no
you to think he
systems in
crazy
his
so he can
way.
get away with it.
He's like, the money is my system. Got my dopamine. They don't gotta get it, but they'll get it if they
Yeah.
want to get it. Some will get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know how to promote by just being or not saying. That's like the best.
Yeah, like I ain't explaining shit. If you don't understand it, you just don't understand it. He said in the U.S., number 13 is an unlucky number, but in China and other countries, it's a good luck and a good number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's always
numerology
somebody's brother who is
a good
mad.
number.
Like,
Oh
imagine
yeah,
it was the brother that came up with a system, and then the other brother was like, "Man, that's too complicated. You tripping." So then they passed it on to they sons and daughters. Like, man, it really this. Like, it don't mean all that. And then the brother's like, "No, it means this is that, or is this and that."
Man.
Everybody got their own story.
Yeah, everybody got their own story or their own, which is wild, bro. Because you can just look at all the stories and tell how they changed over time and they became what they are today. Like people switch that shit up so much, but it's like okay,
That's what's it called? Also, how we like make new art too. We kind of look in the previous things that people are not really hung up on anymore, and we kind of take those and invent a sort of novel way to express what's going on today with what has been before.
yeah, I think we do that with everything because it's like it's almost like a lot of these symbols and a lot of the art, like it's the energy that they hold, like how you was talking about the energy and the vibration. They hold a certain energy. That's why they be implemented in the names of certain products and certain things because that energy that it holds, everybody's gonna, they gonna sway to it. Like George, you ever like you like songs, right? Most of the songs that we listen to, what do? They take old songs that was slapping back in the days, and they use that beat or they use that rhythm of that song and put it in that new song. And to a person that don't know that song back then, today think it's some brand new shit, and it's not.
Exactly. Like with if I were to mention an artist that's doing that right now, regional Mexican music with Peso Pluma, he
Yeah.
took the way holiday music is put together. So if you listen to Frank Sinatra and like any type of like holiday music or burlesque music, he took the sounds of like the horns and the guitar and all that, and instead of using the horns in like a goofy way that it used to be, he uses it more like Frank Sinatra would, and that's why his music is like popping like crazy.
Yeah.
And people don't see that, and I love that I see that because it helps me when I do the art because there's a certain vibration that puts itself on, which is why people can like promote themselves and blow up off of what's going on, which is why it's an industry, a music industry.
Sampling, like creating new. Yeah, they be sampling like a mug. They be sampling
Because
all the
it goes off of the vibe that's we're all going through. And then if say this person is at this level of the vibration that is currently happening, they're a good musician because they can take all these little pieces and kind of tie it together and make their name blow up in a certain way that is novel.
Yeah, they sample that shit, and like you gotta understand, like you was in your mama's stomach, and your mama was listening to that music, or your daddy was listening to that music. Then you be born, and then your artist take that song and remix that song, and you wondering why you like that damn song so much is because your mom was listening to it every goddamn day.
Tracks in the glass,
Exactly.
baby.
And then the universe is one song,
Track back
so
to the source.
those songs come from the fact that people are going through everything in normal life, hearing shit, and they decide to say it a certain way. So it's also like tied into everything. Like everything is music in a sense.
It's cracks in the glass.
Samples of the sound. We said
Exactly.
it cracks in the glass.
You can trace it all the way back to a source. Yeah, everybody can trace everything back to. Man, this LSD trip took me on that shit one time. It was showing me how every single thing is connected. Every shit that's happening now is because of something that happened 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like all this.
People be sampling samples of samples of samples. Hey, and it's crazy. It's crazy, bro, because we live off of everything that happened then.
Yeah,
we got to do it.
Yeah, it's all connected. It's all just one ball of, I don't know.
Like
it's all just.
And you know what's wild? Because you can see the pattern of it. Just like how we always say, okay, like you yourself hold the DNA of all the people that lived before you.
That came before you.
Yes. Each song holds the sounds of all the songs that came before it.
Yeah. Exactly. DNA ain't nothing but storage. That's why I know we in a simulation. We just running the fucking program.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when playing guitar.
Like when it's like when I'm listening to Mongolian music.
Mongolian music.
There's one of those metal band called The Who, which is basically a metal folklore Mongolian genre, basically.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, I do reflect a lot with how the music resonates, or the basically the vibration of the music is very intense, because they use actually folkloric their own folkloric instrument to do the music. So yeah,
they got their own type of bluegrass over there for sure. Like you were saying, Ty, when I'm playing guitar, I can see that music is a language, and it doesn't have an official meaning to it, but it's like each interval, it's like I could play one line like do doodly 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 do, and just that I could quote SpongeBob, Legend of Zelda, classical music, Bach, so many subconscious cues. Even the certain one classical song, they use it in 50 different movies, and usually it's a chase scene where it's this, and it's loosely related to certain situations.
All Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
right, Jerry. Right.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's how Peso Pluma sounds. Like that Tom and Jerry craziness, Looney Tunes sound.
Jerry Rice.
I did that, Just Ty, like a couple of weeks ago. I just went back and started watching all the cartoons that only had music with no fucking talking in it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it was like it was talking though.
You're studying bluegrass, bro. That's called studying bluegrass. Like,
oh, damn.
10,000 hours to become a great musician. Half of that is listening actively and probably watching movies like that.
There's a whole different thing, because people will call it boring. Like I was hanging out with somebody today, and I was saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I said for the 5th time, can you not talk over this part? I want to hear the word." It's painting pictures in my head that I'm trying to grasp. So he's like, "Oh, so you're just trying to be boring?" I'm like, "What?"
Man. Spiral cylinder poles under the pyramids of Giza.
Like, sometimes when you have that little gray area, it would change the context so much. You're like, if it's this, then it's this. You're having like 10 visions at once. You're like, let me resolve this.
It's literally like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
And that's what makes playing instruments so cool as well, the vision space. Because, like, say I'm playing something or trying to learn something or improvising. Like, say, for easy example, when people are freestyling and you can tell where they got their bars from. So they probably heard that bar in their head. Like, I'm going to fuck the bitch. I'm
like, oh, I got that from Al Green, low key, but Young Dolph at the same time. I want to resolve it like this. I'm going to fuck her on the couch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I heard in my head.
Man, this shit is
I'm going to play this note.
Man,
and it's so much in your head, though.
Hey, Awoken one was talking about the spiral cylinder heads under the poles of Giza that they found, and I'm like going,
oh yeah, under the
cylinder head.
Yeah, that shit makes sense though. This is exactly what we saying, right? Because like even the cities, we build cities on top of cities on top of cities on top of cities, and we do the same thing with our thoughts. We build thoughts on top of ideas on top of thoughts on top of ideas. And it just
you even did it earlier. when you did the
Cement it.
Jay-Z quote that came from the Batman movie.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that is crazy, bro. This shit
But
look
hey,
wild.
with the pyramids though, you know, I can place my hand on you know each side of the pyramid, and this right in the I guess where where you can walk in at this particular side that I look at, or if I place my hand, I start vibrating uh to that point on the pyramid,
Yeah.
and it goes all. I mean, I can place my hand
Like the
anywhere
crystal ball.
in the world, and I start to vibrate, especially in where the Bermuda Triangle, I start to really vibrate right there for some reason. But even with the pyramids, uh, I vibrate to that, where it's coming from.
It's the
It's like a
lore.
frequency. It's like a frequency that I'm vibrating with, and it's like I can go right there now. I can like pinpoint it where the vibration coming from. Anywhere in this world, I can do
Technology
it.
do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You should get
wild.
into some
Saudi
instruments.
Arabian sand under a microscope. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm looking at shit.
But I was saying earlier with the instruments, playing the instruments, and whatnot, the visions come in ways where I hear and see other people playing it and other inspirations or just even a little
Yeah.
lick. And then it's just like, oh, that's just what I'm supposed to play. Like like when they
Like you
say
want a
believe.
word to
They're
put in.
different.
Like you're making your guitar talk and cry, and then you're like, I'm trying to say something. How do I finish this? Because I'm telling you this story right now. And then I'll hit that one Albert King lick, and it just
Yeah,
ripples it together.
exactly. Like the Hotel California solo, it just ends on like that song ends, and then you hear the solo, and the solo is like two people going back and forth. Like imagine you did check into the motherfucking hotel and you're talking, you hear this back and forth talking, those solos, and then an argument, whatever mystery happened in the song. That's why they start playing together at the same shit.
And they
Some
freestyled
mysterious.
that probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's like you're circling around. I think it's good. It's cool to hear improvising at like a mid tempo where it's just fast enough where they have to have a little bit of steam on it, but it's slow enough where they can articulate a little bit more. And it's just like every time you go around, it's like going around a merry-go-round, adding new embellishments and solving new problems. And then once everything's solved, you can just get wacky with it, start throwing in obscure. And then every time you listen to each round, it's not the same because each round works as pre-productive programming to influence how you feel about what you're going to hear next. It's all that witchcraft, fractal craft.
That's why they say, how did you set up the chorus? It's like they don't say what's the chorus. Like when you compose, it's called composition. You feel me? So it's like, and the fact that you need signs to explain to you when you're reading music that there's a pause right here, there's a rest right here, there's a double rest right there. Because if the double rest wasn't there, this part wouldn't hit like that.
And
It's like, so you need the nothings.
I'm say sometimes too when you making the person making the music, you feel all of that stuff. Just like say you in a real intense conversation with somebody and you kind of yelling, you going back and down, and you like got this pace that's just seem natural at sometimes. It's like that with the music. It's like it just comes about. You see everything just coming to you. Like, oh, we gotta pause because that thing that we just did gotta sit and marinate. And now it's this fade is coming up into the crescendo, blah blah blah.
Hey, what you saying hitting hard for me because I'm tripping. Like I'm really, really digging what you saying for real. Like
that's
and they do it like based on how we do it,
a
like
musical
our cadence. the cadences. That's how they give you those emotions and shit. The
Yeah,
same way the
exactly.
cadence when you speak.
That's like exactly. Because if you were to sing like that song, say "I Wonder" by Kanye West, and you're like, and you just sing it like he did, and I wonder if you know what it means. But you could also say like, damn, you could hit a cadence that's like, and I wonder if you know what it means.
And behind it is the same chords, but because both phrase implies the same chords.
Exactly.
Joel. Yeah, Billy Joel. It's a whole trippy story.
And that's why keys are there, so you can play those chords in different
And it's
heights.
like, because you can hear like some guitar players are more like percussive, and all of them are percussive in a way. You can hear like the strings being played like drums almost. But then some of them are more melodic. Like you can hear the line more linear. I'm going up here and going down there. But then sometimes it's more harmonic.
Mm-hmm.
And then with those, it's fractally.
It gets hella fractally. I think that's why it's so dope when you listen to music when you tripping. Cause you go, that shit take you all kind of places.
Yeah.
It's the perfect technology. It's so high tech. It's kind of like when you want to know the joke. Like, wait, I didn't get the joke. Can someone explain that? You're like, here, let me take your pet frog and teach you what a frog is by dissecting it. And then we won't know anything and have anything.
I just know that when I'm listening to some music, you know, I vibrate to it, right? But check this out too. There's some other music that I listen to. I have a. It's like when I listen to the music that that I'm not vibrating with, I feel a pressure coming up on me. Like I'm gonna pressure though. I'm not sure. Have you guys ever experienced that? Feeling like a pressure in your head that it's like say like for an example, a balloon. You know how a balloon is just when you blow up a balloon, like goes out. It's like that. It's like that when I listen to music that I'm not vibrating with. But when I'm vibrating with, regular music, like music that I vibrate with, I vibrate smoothly. But the music that I don't vibrate with, it's like I feel a pressure in my head. I'm not sure that you guys ever experienced that.
Like when you meet somebody you're
I
not
do.
trying to be mean to and you don't want to insult that you don't like.
What was
But
that?
you're allowing. It's like when you meet somebody that say they you kind of can tell you don't like them, you don't want to be mean to them as well. So there's like a pressure of like, okay, how do I just like hear you out? And then okay, cool. So like say
No,
also if people introduce a song to you and you don't like it, I've had that pressure. Or what do you mean?
it's like it's not like like somebody I don't like. It's something like a like it's like gonna bust, something like that. It's something like it's gonna bust out.
Yeah,
It's like
you're tolerating something for the moment.
oh, what was that?
It's like tolerating something for the moment. Because you
I
haven't
don't
allowed
really.
it in, but you can see that the art behind it is a certain message, but it's not like you've let it be fully the message to you. You're not hearing it simply because of the way it was put together, and you don't vibe with it.
That could be that could be. I I
The
I
same way
say
you
I
meet
don't
somebody, you
know.
can tell if you like them or not right off the bat, and then you kind of like, or say if you like were to fall in love too quickly compared to the times you fell in love over time. You get what I'm saying? So I compare it better to the falling in love too quickly thing, because you can meet somebody and be like, oh, I love this person right off the bat, or you can meet someone and just be like, I don't like how you work,
Well,
so
yeah,
I don't.
look, just like
I'm not
one of
gonna
those,
let you in
just
fully,
like
but
the
I need to
song.
be around you because my friend
What
likes
is
you.
that song? Uh, 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 of forgot what it, that show with oh man, I forgot what that show was called on I don't
Because
know.
every song is a presentation of something someone was trying to say or is saying and conveying that. So it's
And
it's
it's like
the
through the
same way someone's
mathematics,
present.
it's
What are you
like you're
saying?
constructing those words and letters out of an architecture, and it's like only through the ones you've learned. It's like a
Exactly.
translation.
Well, it's like I can listen to any song though, but without even thinking about it, and it's like, um, suddenly, I'm vibrating with. I mean, it can be any song that I had never heard before.
Exactly.
I vibrate
Hey,
with, it. But then there's songs that I listen to. It's like there's
when
like
you
a
vibrate, Eric, do you see
uh-huh.
yourself? Do you see yourself as them?
Uh,
Because I'm just
no,
talking. Because realistically, when I'm listening to music, when I get
uh-huh.
this inner curiosity, excited about it, like my inner vision is playing out with the music and like seeing, I'll be on the stage with them, or I'll be that person playing the song, and I'll feel like
Oh,
how they
okay.
made
Yeah.
that chorus or that guitar riff or something, and for
Mhm.
years my body would then start getting what people call goosebumps, and I could feel it
Oh,
all
okay.
over my body. And I've learned to go with that feeling more and more, and whatever it means to the moment. But it's always a cool inspiration, but like a lock in
Okay.
feeling, like kicking your foot in your dream, but you in your
Yeah.
bed laying down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a one on
Now,
one.
now it's just like that.
Just
That's a
that.
good example right there. It's just like that Rick and Morty song. Remember that cloud that was singing that? And
No,
I
what happened to
vibrate to
Oh
you?
that.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The guy that was singing that song on Rick and Morty, the cloud that Rick, I
Yeah.
think he
I
shot
know what
that
you're talking
cloud.
about.
His name was
Yeah,
Fart.
that song. Yeah, I vibrate to that song like crazy.
Oh, um,
Goodbye.
goodbye,
Yeah,
movie.
that one right there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
vibrate.
yeah.
Man,
It's just
They say
vibrate.
anxiety
all the
song,
moon men
man.
want
But what do you
things
see
their
in your head
way,
though? Do
but
you
we
see
make
visions in your
sure
head?
they see the sun.
Do you hear
Some,
different things that other people don't hear
no,
besides you talking about the situation?
I really don't hear anything based on what other people hear. I think what you said,
And I said, do you
Ty.
hear what other people don't hear? Like,
No,
can
I
you
don't.
hear? I got you. I hear you.
No, but I kind of think that Ty, that I kind of think you spilled something right there. It's like you got to feel it. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
try something. Hey Ty, I'm gonna try something.
What's that?
Um, I'm gonna try something that what you just said about because about listening to these particular songs that I'm not vibrating with. I think I can change it. I think I can change it to vibrate with. You said something that just a few minutes ago. I think I can change that though. That I can actually tune myself into vibrating with that song.
Yeah, that's why I was just asking what you meant by particularly vibrate. It's like, oh, this a good one.
Yeah, because I
Like,
mean, I listen to us. Look, I mean,
because
nice
sometimes even
songs.
when it's not a good one to me, it would still be so-called vibing with it. I'll see myself
Yeah,
going through tough scenarios. Like I was listening to this guy from Philly that released all this music on YouTube 18 years ago, then went to LA, came back and got shot. And somebody actually I put in 2023, still listening, and somebody posted yesterday, 220 under my thing, 2025, still here, bro. So I was like, oh, I gotta give it another listen. And the pain that was in that song, I was like, no wonder I'm the way I am. Like this
oh,
is real.
yeah,
Like all these emotions in Philly, and this how he particularly felt had me thinking about
yeah.
what I was going through and the people
Exactly.
around me, what they was going through.
Oh,
I was like, oh, it's all in this song. He was a
No
gifted
wonder
artist
I be
being able
feeling
to
it.
put this out
I mean,
for a big
that's
sacrifice.
understandable because I just when I'm listening to these particular songs and I'm vibrating with them, it's like I'm feeling it and I just want to be, it's like it's playing inside of me. I mean, I'm like actually, I don't know. It's like I'm there with it. It's like I'm
Yeah,
actually doing it. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
like
I
miming
mean,
to it. Like
yeah.
that's how I learned how to sing.
Hey, about the have you guys heard of this? What I've been hearing a lot of people call it dark web.
The dark
What?
web.
Yeah, because I people have been talking about that, and when you go onto this particular dark web, you see different kind of stuff that's like not here. Have you guys ever heard of this
Yeah.
dark web thing?
Yeah, I heard a
Yeah,
lot of
it'd probably
people
be a little
ordering
harder to
stuff from the
it's
dark
out
web.
there.
I never could understand that. Like people was ordering DMT and some more shit from the dark web.
I
That's how I
tried to
That's
spent
how it
find it.
my
I
is.
ain't
first
have no
Bitcoin.
clue what I was doing. I was on there. I got the browser and I did all the shit I was on there, but it ain't like they got no fucking Google where you can just say DMT. You gotta know. You gotta know exactly where you're going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the fuck you find the shit up.
It was
I
an
don't.
old thing called the Silk Road.
Oh yeah, the Silk
Oh
Road.
yeah.
And it was taken from
Well,
the
I don't
name
need
from the
dark
old
web to
Silk
do
Road, which was
or
like the biggest trade in like human history in the past. They was trading things along the Silk Road, so they stole the name. Like tagging back to what y'all said earlier, sampling stuff.
Right, right. There's nothing
the
new under
funny
the
thing is
sun,
that in
baby.
my neighbor, I don't need dark web to get whatever I need. I just need to go 2 minutes away from my home, walk on the street, and ask for it.
That's why I
Somebody
Allegedly.
always
gonna
say
have it.
like
Alleged.
we a lot of times they say they invented something like motherfucker you discovered it because like anything that exists has always had the ability to exist. Like we don't know what the fuck happened fucking 10 million years ago. Ain't nothing
Oh,
new.
you know the guy that's leading the team to bring back the woolly mammoth. He
What?
actually took a whole bunch of psychedelics, and that's part of his motivation on how his mind is. It's a new documentary called "We Are God," and they spend like a whole 30 minutes talking about what he's going back. But they're going to clone the
We Are
mammoth.
God documentary.
They done brought some shit back, haven't they? Already.
I was like, Dolly, and we don't know what China doing. They don't gotta tell us.
Oh yeah,
They just gonna
you don't
release
got
it.
no regulations. They shit. The same motherfuckers that make the regulations is the motherfuckers that's doing it. So
Yeah, because they know how they're just protecting themselves.
What you guys think about Elon Musk? He's saying that he's an alien, and he talked about this robot that is going to be a new god.
He sure built like one.
Cloning
That's for damn sure.
That square build.
themselves so
Man.
much.
Yeah, I gotta go though, y'all. It's way past my bedtime. I'm trying to stay up because it's my weekend. I'm like going shit.
Oh god.
Now keep your circadian rhythm flowing.
Man. I was trying though. I was trying. I ain't gonna hold you. I was trying. It's like shit. Cause once I start, I don't think I'm gonna have really. Well, I'm gonna have my Sunday. I'm gonna have my Sundays though. That's for sure.
shit, I'm only still up because these mushrooms got me up.
Oh yeah, you gonna be up for a minute. When did you take them?
Yeah. Like about 7:30 your time.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gonna be up for a minute.
Wait, who?
Yeah, but all right. I'm gonna holler y'all. Thanks on Discord for for the
For
talks as
discording.
usual.
All right, bro.
All
Thanks for hosting the show, bro.
Man.
Take care.
All right, peace out. And thank everybody for joining, man. Yeah, we always have some good talks. Sometimes it's like it's like almost like having a conversation with all your good friends. It be weird. It be sometimes it seem like it be all over the place, but it really don't. It really don't. It's always just the talks just be good because we be just talking. We be chopping it up. Not saying that we know everything, but everybody got a piece of the story as we go, which is like the most beautiful thing to me. And like, thanks everybody out there for sharing your thoughts on the Discord and everything, because